Welcome to the holiday edition of Closet Factory's Operation Reorganization. It's your turn.
I'm trying to figure out what you have on.
It's my Christmas sweater.
You mean that ugly Christmas sweater?
No, it's pretty.
You wore that intentionally for our show.
Yes.
Well, how much power does it take to operate that thing?
It's just a little inconvenient. I just can't go in the rain or drink from a water fountain. But other than that, I'm good.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, in this special holiday edition of Operation Reorganization, we'll be visiting some clients that also went all out for the holiday season.
That's right. First, we'll take a trip to Smithfield, where we installed a gorgeous his and her walk-in closet that houses quite the shoe collection. And when you see the size of their Christmas tree, you'll think my sweater is just a warm-up.
That must be some tree. Then we'll head to Chesapeake to see another amazing walk-in that's on its way to becoming Insta-Famous.
The holidays are here, and we're ready to get festive at Closet Factory with Operation Reorganization.
I am Natalia Famania.
My name is Famania Morales. I'm 31 years old. I'm here with my beautiful wife.
And we currently live in Smithfield, Virginia. We have 4 children. We run a ship repair business. And we moved out to Smithfield from Virginia Beach because we felt we needed more space. We were a little bit cluttered, I guess you could say, in the city. The house was lived in by the original owner. So they kind of had everything from its original build. And when we came out here, we believe in living comfortable. So making sure we utilize the whole house. So we did outside because we wanted to maximize on our space and really enjoy all of the house. And doing the front of it, you could really appreciate the front of the house and the entrance. It's got a beautiful entrance and instead of their side driveway. And we realized that aside from that, there was other areas of the house that we wanted to maximize on space. And that included not only Rafa's garage to maximize for his cars, but our closet. Rafa's a huge shopper. This is kind of, the roles are reversed here. He's the one that is always buying shoes and clothes. When I say he has a lot of shoes and he has a shopping problem, I mean, just tell him on an average how many and what you have.
Well, I have around 1,000 pair of shoes.
No exaggeration. So guess what you're not getting for Christmas?
Shoes.
And so I always looked at the closet and I'm like, you know, they've got nice shelves in here or whatever. And like I mentioned, it looks like when they first moved in the house, they kind of really didn't, everything was what the original build was. So they threw some shelves in there and I'm just like, there's a bunch of space in here that we're not, you know, we can maximize our space in here. It was just such a clutter and it's always a mess. I started looking up, you know, who can help me with my closet? And I stumbled upon Closet Factory. And I'm like, look, Rafa, you know, we can hire them, we can contract them, and they can come out and, you know, turn this into, you know, something that we can actually use and we can use space and have drawers. And he was like, you know, whatever you want to do. It was really for him anyway. It was for all his shoes.
So the office arranged for me to meet the Famanias, and I came over that day, and the first thing you notice when you meet them is just how charismatic they are. They're just such nice people, and the house is incredibly, I'll use the word animated, because they have 3 children. She was very pregnant with the 4th child when I arrived that day, and they've also got an assistant, and so the people coming and going. It's just a energetic place to be. And I was taken back to the closet, and it's not a grand closet, but it's a very tall closet, very, very high ceiling. So the first thing I noticed when I came in was that there was a structure that a trim carpenter had probably installed when the house was built. But beyond that, half of the wall wasn't used. And I just took one look at the space and it was like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad I'm here. I can do so much to help you guys.
You know, I think it was next day or 2 days, she came, and like that, she had a blueprint on her laptop, and I'm just like, this is what we need. This is what I've needed for the last 2 years.
So when I walked into the closet, other than just the aesthetics of the home, the first thing you notice, impossible to miss, was the shoes. There were shoes everywhere, all over the floor, on some of the shelves. They weren't all necessarily in pairs. They were strewn apart from one another. How anybody could get dressed quickly in that space was beyond me, because there was his side and there was her side, but beyond that, it was just kind of a mismatch of wherever things ended up was where they were staying. So I took all the measurements, put it on CAD, and after I did the math, it was like, we can make this happen. So in looking at this design, the first thing that I noticed when I walked into the closet was that this whole wall was just empty. There was a mirror hanging there and that was it. And I just saw that that was such an unutilized area. So I thought about that for shoes. I also thought about that for the accessories, where they like to have their sunglasses and belt buckles and things. And then underneath the windows really lent itself to having these drawers with a bench here, so that gives them somewhere to sit when they're picking out their clothes or putting their shoes on. I really wanted there to be some symmetry in the closet, and with her side on the left and his side over here on the right, I thought that these 2 corners would look nice as being L shelves for shoes. Over here on the left, we went high because we had the vertical space to work with. So the bottom is just a hanging rod, but up here we've added a wardrobe lift. Her full-length mirror ended up here on the end. For him, we brought a wardrobe lift here. Can't do it in the corner, because if you do it in the corner, it bumps into this vertical panel. But I did put another one right here.
So install is very fresh in my mind, because I was hitting 9 months and I told Tamra, I said, Tamra, please, I'm about to have the baby and I'm really trying to get the house organized. Like, please, I really need this done as soon as possible.
We try so hard to accommodate special circumstances like this. We really do. It would not have been practical for her to be going through a closet installation 3 weeks after baby number 4. So the office was able to find a 2-day schedule that would work for everybody.
I was taken aback by how professional and you know, what do you need and how can I get it done for you that the Closet Factory was, and how Tamra helped facilitate everything. So when we saw the closet all put together, you know, when we were going through the designs with Tamra, and so of course Rafa wanted his shoes, you know, with a backlight, so we got the light, which looks amazing. And then we've got the pull-out drawers, which are my favorite. You know, they keep our sunglasses organized, and jewelry and belts. So that was amazing. But I think I have to say my all-time favorite aspect of the closet has to be the pull-down hangers.
So we have these things called wardrobe pulls, and that allows you to go up vertically with the clothing. There's a handle that you grab, and when you pull it down, the rod comes towards you. So it allows you to get to all of the clothes that are hanging that are normally too high for somebody to be able to reach without a step ladder.
You know, being able, just something so simple as going into your closet and picking out, you know, being able to
select what you want to wear and stuff like that. It's a better, everything is easy now. You can walk in the closet, turn the light on, and look and see what you're gonna put on today.
It's fun getting dressed in the morning now. Not only is it organized, but I want to invite people in my closet like, oh, come into my room. I have to go look for something,
Yeah.
And I can show it off because it's a beautiful closet, and I can lay out all of my beautiful things. So it's great.
We really got a lot in there. I was really proud of this design. And now they love it, and it's a happy client. And I just love having happy clients.
Future project that we have.
Oh yeah, definitely Closet Factory.
Closet Factory.
Tamra will be my speed dial.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Closet Factory. From our family to yours. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Not only was the closet in that beautiful house a nice holiday surprise, but the Christmas tree in the foyer would have made Clark Griswold proud.
Our next sleigh ride stop takes us to Chesapeake and into the holiday home of the Webb family. So grab another hot chocolate and let's join our designer Jacinta to see what she came up with to help make their closet ready for Instagram fame.
My name is Tracy Webb, and I am an interior decorator. I've been in this house for 2 years. My husband surprised me with this house about 2 years ago, and I came here and I just couldn't believe it. It's a beautiful home, and I decorated it from head to toe. My closet that I previously had, it was a really nice closet. However, it was the typical closet organization type.
That was an awkward space that I think you guys kind of just turned. Y'all had moved some walls or something to turn it into a closet. So there's weird angles and bows and it's like,
and it
oh
was
my
awkward.
goodness.
It was like, that's why, my friend, he came in and he made those adjustments and he knocked the wall out. But, I wanted to revisit that.
Yeah.
So, and I'm glad I did.
Yeah,
And I'm glad they sent me you. I do a lot of videos in my closet. I do closet tutorials. And I wanted it to be displayed a certain type of way. And with my own closet, I wasn't able to do that. I have like really nice pieces. So I wanted, to have a nice background so I can display some of those things. I found out about Closet Factory on a commercial. And I've always wanted to do Closet Factory, with my new beautiful home. I wanted my closet to be a reflection of my fabulosity. So I ended up calling Closet Factory. They scheduled an appointment. So with Jacinta, and we came out and I met Jacinta and it works. She was wonderful.
It was great working with Tracy as well. I can remember when I came and I pulled up, I was like, oh wow, even just pulling up in the driveway, this is like the most beautiful house on the street. And
Well,
I was
thank
just
you.
impressed even coming in. So I was like, okay. And I could tell, even, and I think I asked you, I was like, you must be in design or like an interior designer. So I knew as soon as I walked in, because your house is just is gorgeous.
Thank you so much.
And I have a background in, I think I shared with you, in home staging and interior design.
Right.
So, designers can pick up
Yeah.
on that. So when we went to your space, the closet was nice. Like you said, it
Right.
was pretty decent, but it was your basic, grade racks and
Right,
things like that
exactly.
you could just kind of put together. And when she shared with me that she, does stuff on Instagram and social media and YouTube and things like that, that was really her goal, was to get something that was more impressive visually.
Right.
It was about the aesthetics.
Right.
That's the beauty of our systems being custom. With something that you purchase to put together yourself, it's already got a preset size. So you
Right.
just kind of have to work with it, whatever size it is. But because of our ability to customize to your space, that makes it really work and flow.
It really flows good. I love it. Every time I open up the door, I feel like I'm in heaven.
Yeah. And I still remember you know, when I came that day, I was so nervous when I left because I don't know if you remember, I ran into your mailbox.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
And I was like, oh my God. I was like, when I was leaving, I backed into, you know, because you've got the bricks around on your mailbox. So I had to come back up to the door and tell this lady, I was like, I hope she's not going to be fussing at me. But she was so
Join the club.
understanding. And she was like, other people have hit it too. Don't
Everybody's
worry
hit the
about it.
mailbox.
It's like, okay.
Don't feel bad.
I always approach the design still function first.
Right.
You know, so I measure, you know, her exact amount of clothing to see how much hanging she had. I remember looking at your shoe boxes, like you had some shoes out of the boxes displayed, but a ton of them were like tucked away in this back corner, all stacked up on top of each other. And in my mind, I'm like, she probably has a hard time getting back here and actually finding the shoes or figuring out what's back there.
And you made it so easy.
You know, and
Yes.
so in my mind, I was trying to think, you know, function first. So when I start and approach the design, I redo the layout to make it more user-friendly.
Right.
You know, and that was my goal initially, which is why I brought, you know, you didn't want to see, you know, the stacks of
Boxes.
boxes,
Yeah, I remember
which is why
that,
you had
yeah.
it in the corner. But to make it more user-friendly, we opted to go with the cabinets with the doors.
Which was
you know, and that's what I
awesome.
recommended. So now they're right there. You know, that's all about, you know, approaching the design. So it functions, but it's also, you know, beautiful.
With your experience with you, and then seeing the diagram, and then actually going to the showroom and seeing it in person, and all the different ideas, that even brought it more, you know.
Right, it definitely helps. Yeah,
Yeah, so
because I think that's where the inspiration came for your belts. When you came to the showroom, because I don't think we
didn't
really
have
doing
that,
anything for that,
right.
but you saw the rails.
And they work
we
perfect.
had. Yeah, it works
I love
perfectly.
it. Yeah.
Because our traditional belt racks, you know, just have the little hooks. But I remember, you know, most of your belts don't just have the little tiny, you know, hooks. So it was like we had to come up with something different.
And
And,
that
when you
worked.
saw those rails, you know, I was like, wait a minute, I can put my belts over
They
there.
go
So that
right
was
over
something-
top, yeah, because
So
they're
it worked
heavy
perfectly.
and all of that. Was that was awesome. They look really, really nice.
Yep, and then adding the lighting and
Oh, the lighting is awesome.
the glass shelves, you know,
Yeah.
that just makes a huge difference.
That was so excited. I was like, oh, the lights and lights, camera, action. This is it. You know, installation day was excellent. I was so excited, and 2 guys showed up. And what were they named? I can't remember
Mike and Rob.
Mike and Rob, they were excellent. I loved them. Nothing was left at the end of the project, and you didn't even know that they were there. Only reason you knew they were there because I had a whole new complete closet. But they cleaned up, and they just were very professional, very thorough, and they were very knowledgeable of their job. They did a great job. I love those guys.
And I remember you did have a little hiccup with the
Oh,
lighting.
God.
Because you called me, was it like the next day or something?
Right. I was like, what happened to my light?
Because you didn't realize that one of the outlets that they used was connected to a switch.
Right. So what happened is I had my surgery, remember?
Yes.
So I was kind of down a couple of days, and I hadn't been upstairs to my second, to the other closet. So anyway, and my son started moving my clothes back. And we were doing that, and of course I said, "Did you cut the light off?" And he was like, "No." And I called you, and I was like, "What happened to my lights? All my lights are
They just
out."
went out.
So anyway, lo and behold, had no idea that my husband, Mr. Webb, had the remote control in the wall,
Right.
and that's what happened. He had plugged the installation kit up to that remote control. So we're upstairs moving more clothes down, and I have all of these remote controls. So I'm like hitting the remote control, and I come back down, and I have lights.
And you have lights.
I was like, oh my God, I got lights again. So yeah, I was so happy about that.
And we also had to incorporate your mirror.
Oh,
That huge mirror. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And we went back and forth on should we put it on this back wall, front wall, back wall, and that took a little while.
Yeah, I
Because
did.
if we had put it on the back wall, it would have taken up so much of the wall that then we wouldn't have been able to put as much storage.
And it worked out. It looked awesome. And everybody is like so impressed when they walk in.
Good.
So
So Tracy, even after you've stored, your things in the space, You have found a little extra wall.
Right.
And so
Here I go
think I had
again.
left the wall blank because the outlet was there, and I think for the lighting to plug in and,
Right.
your
I think I had a
switch to
picture or
turn
something
in.
there or something or whatever.
Yeah, something,
But-
and you have a little chair.
Right,
sitting there
right,
now, But you've got more things to display. So,
Right.
I did mock it up on the computer.
Mm-hmm.
So I know how much, it cost. But I want to actually physically go in the space
Okay.
and measure it because it is an awkward angle.
Right.
I just want to make sure, that the size panels that I use will meet up to that corner so that it doesn't look awkward and it looks nice and smooth.
I already know it's gonna be fabulous.
Yeah.
So I'm anticipating that. I'm really happy about that too.
Well, Tracy, thank you again so much for your business, and I'm so glad you were able to be in our holiday episode, for Operation Reorg, and just glad we were able to come.
Yeah, I'm so
your home
glad.
is so gorgeous, so beautiful.
Thank you.
What are you gonna get for Christmas?
Hopefully a new mailbox. I'm Tamra Lenz, Senior Designer with Closet Factory, and I just want to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas and a safe and Happy New Year.
We hope you enjoyed our special holiday episode of Closet Factory's Operation Reorganization.
We've had an amazing year and hope you've had the same. So from our family to yours, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and we hope you have a safe and wonderful New Year. Cheers.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas!